I am not feeling so good. And it's crazy here.
The most important thing about Rob Kardashian's Instagram account is that it says here, Robert Kardashian does not post to this account. Account is run by Jenner Communications.
All I care about is like saying yes to my mom, making her happy, doing whatever my sisters want to make them happy. And I feel like when it comes to the easiest thing, they don't won't help me.
It's not about that. It's about you guys don't take it seriously.
It's about you twisting the truth so that when you do call with a problem, we're not quite sure what to believe.
I kid around all the time and I joke around all the time, but like at the end of the day, I was trying to tell them I'm stranded and no one's kind of there for me.
You're full of most of the time, and that's exactly why this is happening to you right now.
Oh, God! You guys, let me spill some serious tea about the Kardashian family's biggest secret, Kris Jenner's only son, Rob Kardashian. Like, where has he been? He's literally vanished from the spotlight. And honey, the whispers are getting louder. Word on the street is that the Kar-Jenners tried to pull a Britney move and put Rob under conservatorship. And get this, they allegedly even banned him from seeing his own daughter. Multiple insiders are dropping bombs saying Rob feels absolutely devastated, like completely betrayed and abandoned by his own flesh and blood. They say his family straight up sacrificed him for their desperate thirst for fame. I mean, it's like the Kardashians have literally erased poor Rob from their public narrative. They barely even mention his name anymore, leaving fans seriously concerned about what's really going on. But wait, it gets even juicier. Last year, shocking rumors hit the streets about Rob allegedly ODing on medication. This bombshell sent the fan community into absolute chaos, with everyone pointing fingers at the Kar-Jenner clan. They're being accused of totally neglecting Rob, basically throwing him under the bus for their own stardom. But of course, Mama Kris worked her PR magic, and mysteriously, none of the major celeb outlets touched the story. And hold on to your seats because there's even more dirt coming to light. Die-hard fans have been doing some serious detective work, and what they've uncovered is absolutely jaw-dropping. Get this, it looks like Kris Jenner, the so-called mastermind momager, might have actually played a role in Rob's struggles with his weight. And if that's not bad enough, his sister Kim, she's being called out for relentlessly mocking and body-shaming him. These toxic family dynamics reportedly pushed Rob into such a dark place, leaving him feeling completely isolated and betrayed.
What's wrong, Rob? Tell me. Don't cry. What's wrong? Rob, what's wrong? You confused? Tell us, talk to us.
I'm sad because I don't even want to sit down because of
Oh, Rob.
I'm just saying, I don't buy any of that. I'm smart enough to understand what's going on. Whatever you're trying to do and say and bring up isn't gonna happen.
Now here's what everyone's dying to know. What's really going on with Rob right now? Did the Kardashians seriously try to pull a Britney Spears situation and lock him away somewhere? Buckle up, dolls, because we're about to dive deep into all the shady details about how the Kar-Jenners treat their sons while exploiting their daughters for profit.
My whole thing is my anger, a lot of it stems from like the working environment because they all kind of put this cloud on me like I'm a loser.
What do you say when people do that?
I mean, I don't say anything because I don't believe it.
But then you blow up later. But then you
No, I blow up later because when there's a business opportunity, all my mom obviously cares about is the 3 girls. And whenever I say, I want to open up a men's store.
But mom never helped us with that.
Anyways, she's my mother. And
Okay, hang on for a second.
Okay, let's talk about something totally suspicious. Have you noticed how the Kardashian-Jenner women basically never post about their sons, but their daughters? Oh, honey, they're constantly parading them around like designer accessories. And guess who started this whole twisted trend? None other than momager supreme Kris Jenner herself. If you were watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians back in the day, you'll totally remember how Kris completely ignored Rob while pouring all her energy into building empires for her daughters. especially her golden children, Kim and Kylie. Now, Kim tried to defend Kris by saying she just doesn't know how to handle sons, but let's be real.
I feel bad for her that like all of us are really mean to her when like it's not her fault, and that's why I always have her back, because I don't think it's her fault. I think she just doesn't know how to raise like a son that well. That was like Dad's thing. She does what she can with the girls. That's her thing. Girls, you know, it's like hard to explain.
Come on, we all know what Kim was really trying to say here. It's not that Kris doesn't know how to raise boys, it's that she can't figure out how to make money off them. Let's get real. The Kardashian Jenner women have built their entire empire on themselves. Everything, and I mean everything they do, has to have this edge to it. Just look at this Kylie baby situation. Kylie's trying to sell baby products, but she's there serving full glam, acting all seductive for the camera. Like, seriously, who exactly is she trying to target here? And don't even get me started on their Instagram photos with their daughters. The Kardashian Jenner women are always striking these sultry poses, which is just beyond weird. Now, Kourtney's the only Kardashian mom who doesn't play this game, but Kim, Khloe, and Kylie, they're notorious for oversharing every single detail of their daughters' lives on social media. And honestly, is anyone really shocked? I mean, their own mother, Kris, literally taught them to prioritize their looks above everything else. Can you imagine if social media had been this big back in Kris's day? Her Instagram would probably look exactly like Kim, Khloe, and Kylie's. But since Kris didn't have Instagram to work with, she had to get creative. So what did she do? She pushed both Kim and Kylie to pose for Playboy. And get this, even when Kim said she was uncomfortable showing too much, Kris convinced her to do a second shoot and show even more skin.
Hello? Hey, I just got a call from Playboy, and they want you to actually do some more photos. That's amazing. Yeah. And they want some more, showing a little more skin, actually.
I knew it. I knew it. They wanted more nude.
I just thought that I had an amazing shoot. Why do more?
And then there's that whole private tape situation with Kim and Ray J. Word on the street is that Kris was the mastermind behind the whole thing. Ray J actually spilled the tea, saying he and Kim made 2 tapes, but Kris made them record a third one as backup. And here's the really shocking part. She allegedly watched all of them to pick the one that made Kim look best.
The third tape they've been trying to play me on, that shit called Santa Barbara Sex. Her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the motherfucker and said, hey, we're gonna go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do. But you watched it?
Now, I mean, just let that sink in for a minute. A mother telling her daughter to make multiple private tapes and then sitting down to watch them all just to figure out how to make the most money. But when it comes to her only son, Rob, Kris couldn't care less about his career path. Even now that Rob has his own daughter, Kris is more invested in the little girl's future career than Rob's. But hold on to your seats because what Kris allegedly did next is even worse than just neglecting Rob's career. So, Rob dramatically quit the family's reality show years ago, and since then he's been MIA from literally everything. Holidays, birthdays, weddings, you name it. And now, rumors are swirling that his own family might have tried to put him under conservatorship. Get this, fans are connecting some seriously suspicious dots, pointing to the Kardashian Jenner's close ties with Lou Taylor. You know, the same person who masterminded Britney Spears' conservatorship. Some fans are even suggesting something really dark, that the Kardashian Jenners literally sacrificed Rob for their own rise to fame and fortune. If you've been watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians since forever, you'll remember the early days when Rob was actually part of the show. Back then, he was dealing with some really tough stuff, struggling with weight gain and fighting some serious mental health battles. But now, fans have uncovered even more shocking details about how his family treated him. They're saying Kris Jenner actually enabled Rob's weight issues while Kim allegedly mocked and body-shamed him, pushing him to overeat. This toxic environment reportedly sent Rob into such a dark place, feeling completely alone and betrayed by the very people who should have had his back. So back in 2012, things really started going downhill for Rob when he began gaining weight after his messy split from pop star Rita Ora. But if you were paying attention, you could tell the weight gain was just scratching the surface. There was something much deeper going on. Fast forward to July 2013, and we got this heartbreaking moment where Rob opened up to Khloe's then-husband, Lamar Odom. Rob just poured his heart out, saying how the extra weight wasn't just about the pounds, it was destroying his self-esteem and sending him into this horrible downward spiral. And the worst part? His own mother and sisters were allegedly mocking him and banned him from being photographed with them because they were embarrassed about how he looked.
It's just frustrating to me that, like, I'm not happy going out if I'm not in good shape. Once if I don't get this together, then I won't want to, like, hang around everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I want to.
During this really dark time for Rob, fans couldn't help but feel for him. Here he was, reaching out to Lamar Odom for support, probably because he had literally no one else to turn to. His own mother and sisters were too obsessed with how his weight gain might affect their image to actually care about what Rob was going through. I mean, we all know the Kardashian Jenner women are absolutely obsessed with looking perfect because, let's be honest, outside of their appearance, what else do they really have to offer?
Rob, why are you gaining so much weight, man? Movie role or something?
Meanwhile, even the die-hard Kardashian fans turned on Rob, making these horrible memes about his weight gain. These cruel comments and constant bullying just pushed Rob deeper and deeper into depression, making his already terrible situation even worse. In May 2014, Rob posted this heartbreaking tweet that he later deleted. "So I found out I was trending for being fat. Thank you all, it really made my day." The online attacks hit Rob so hard, and he later went back to Twitter to share just how much all the cruel comments were destroying him. He wrote, "No one will ever understand how much it hurts." During this time, sources started revealing that Kris Jenner tried to ship Rob off to a weight loss camp right before Kim and Kanye's wedding, allegedly telling him he had to lose at least 70 pounds before the big day. Some insiders spilled even more tea to Star magazine, saying Kris totally humiliated Rob. One source claimed Kris straight up told Rob he was an embarrassment to the family. She allegedly called him a fat slob and said no one wanted someone as huge as him representing their products. Star magazine also reported that Rob's sisters would literally leave candy and cookies everywhere just to mess with him and test his willpower.
Skip the wedding, Robert. Robert, can you tell us why you skipped the wedding? Robert, are you in family? Are you in your family?
Shortly after, TMZ broke the news claiming Rob left Italy after this huge family drama. But Kim quickly jumped in to do damage control, denying any big fight with her brother and saying it was all Rob's choice to leave early and skip her wedding.
A long email the morning of that he was gonna leave and there was no fight. And I just thought, you know what, this is my day. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I hope he's okay. I totally understand that he wouldn't want to see a lot of people if he was feeling uncomfortable. And I just, you know, you can only pray and wish that someone would not miss out in more memories in life, because life is about memories. So fix the problem. That's just how I am, but we didn't even have a...
But fans weren't buying Kim's story at all. They called her out for being a toxic narcissist and twisting the story to make Rob look bad. Even Wendy Williams got involved, throwing major shade at the Kardashian Jenners, saying they shamelessly fat-shamed Rob and ignored his desperate calls for help.
This family has allegedly fat-shamed him. He's eaten himself into something terrible. Emotionally, he's probably a mess, and he needs a friend.
Rob was clearly feeling some type of way about the whole situation with Kim because months after her wedding, he posted this photo from the movie Gone Girl, comparing Kim to the main villain, Amy Dunn. He wrote in the caption, "This is my sister Kim from Gone Girl." But instead of seeing this as a cry for help, Kim doubled down on the mockery in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, calling Rob pathetic and trying to get the whole family to give up on him, saying he didn't deserve help.
Make his life so easy. Okay, we'll drive you around with the chauffeur so no one has to look at you. We had a chef on standby, a trainer. Everyone licks Rob's ass and does whatever he says. And it's just at some point you just have to give it up.
Oh God. After After this episode aired, fans were absolutely shocked by how Kim treated her own brother. Even the Washington Post jumped in, dropping this bombshell article calling Rob the most tragic figure of America's most fame-seeking family. They straight up called out the Kardashians for abandoning poor Rob and turning his personal struggles into just another storyline for their show. According to French media, because U.S. tabloids stayed suspiciously quiet, Rob was rushed to the hospital on December 27th, unconscious, with blue lips. When he came to, he reportedly started screaming about his daughter Dream, saying, "I can't enjoy time with my kid without snakes and crows monitoring my attitude and behavior." Sources say he told hospital staff he wanted to die because celebrity life isn't for him. Now fans are connecting some seriously scary dots, pointing to the Kardashians' ties with Lou M. Taylor, you know, Britney's former conservator, and suggesting Rob might be under some kind of secret conservatorship. One fan spilled, "I believe he's in a conservatorship where Kris and Khloe handle everything. He lives in Kris's property, moved in with Khloe, and Dream has a permanent room at Khloe's house. It's not crazy to think the family keeps Rob locked and sedated somewhere away from the public." Another person dropped this bomb. Something happened to him around the time he was trying to model. Look at what's coming out now with Diddy and the Kardashians. Modeling went south. Why? So, what do you think about Rob's mysterious disappearance from the spotlight? Do you believe the Kardashians tried to put poor Rob under conservatorship and sacrifice him for fame and fortune? Sound off in the comments below and stay tuned for our next video.